Hello, this is the Saturday Wrap for the 17th of September 2022. And yes, I forgot my headset. I'm having a look at the volume meters. You should possibly be able to hear me. I have no real idea apart from that anyway. So, if you haven't seen this before, this is me looking back on the week ending, in this case the 17th of September 2022, and this week I'm in the John Wallace Linton in Newport. See dogs, see cats, see something. Artisans Organic, which is actually Evan Evans. It's an Evan Evans pint. It's a good session beer, but things like that. So, errata. I forgot last week and possibly the week before, things that have changed since the Rona. This week, clothes. It used to be going to work, a shirt and tie. So that meant on a Sunday, ironing 5 shirts, which instantly got creased, and a pair of trousers, and finding ties that I hadn't tipped mango chutney down and such like. And then the Rona came along, and there were fewer people in the office, and I was spending more and more of my time underneath desks, moving arms off desks, moving kit off desks, and I was getting stinking. So it was jeans and t-shirt, and basically it's been jeans and t-shirts since then. I don't even know if my shirts would fit me anymore, and work trousers, who knows. Also work shoes. The positive side, apart from the ability to just pull something straight on and not have to do up a tie and such like, is no ironing, which gives me an hour and a half back on a Sunday and saves a lot of electricity, which is a very positive thing. I think I'm going to cough again. Yeah, I am. So, the look back on this week. The word or phrase of the week, I'm trying to avoid the obvious ones here. Quick drink. I'm trying to avoid the obvious ones here. The word or phrase of the week is quiet quitting. People recognizing that, life is too short. Why waste your time on something that's not going to reward you? And I don't know if it's apathy as well, but quiet quitting is basically, and here's the interesting thing, doing the job that you are paid for. I've been speaking to a lot of people in work who do far more than they should and put in far more hours than they should actually, and then get nothing back, or something back eventually and such like. I'm at the age now where I just think, you do something, you get paid for it, that's your job. It's not the way things work in reality, but there you are. Anyway, so quiet quitting is now a thing. It's not quitting, it's not quiet, I think it would be called work to rule. Well, if work to rules are work to rules, the rules are wrong. Anyway, okay. The word or the thing of the week is, it was going to be the funeral. Now it is the queue. And it got very, very meta yesterday, where there was a queue for the queue. And there's a live stream of the queue. And people are fainting, and people have been arrested, and I can understand it. It's not something that I would do, but I can understand it. But it's taken on a life of its own. It really has. We are living in interesting times. And the app of the week isn't an app at all, it's an operating system. Actually, it's an operating system update. Okay, if you have an iOS device as opposed to an iPad OS device, you will have been offered this week, if you have a current model, I think that's iPhone 8 onwards, you will have been offered iOS 16. It's a bit strange for me on my iPhone. Some of the features are only just now starting to work, like the one where if you want to paste something, it asks your permission every time. That's a little bit over the top. And the lock screens, the customization, that seems like, oh, we've just started it, but it's not fully complete yet, and come back in a couple of months and it will be. I quite like it eventually. I have the one where it's the weather conditions as your lock screen. Unfortunately, the lock screen changes your home screen at the same time, which I don't want. Thank you. But it's got some widgets on the front, which I like, but only one row of widgets. There's a lot of space on there. Let's have more, please, he says. Mind you, there's other things. There's undoing iMessage sends, undoing email sends, which are not actually undoing them, it's just delaying them being sent and such like. It's a mature operating system. Let's just have bug fixes and optimizations next time, please. That would do for me. Anyway, so last Saturday was autumnal. Actually, it's rather autumnal today as well. 6 degrees Celsius this morning. It is a bit of a worry for my tomatoes. Okay, back to last Saturday. Into Caerphilly, the Malcolm Uphill. I caught the Newport bus because I don't actually trust the Graegracha buses. And I was having a look for tomorrow. I want to go to Caerphilly tomorrow, a Sunday. Having a look for the Sunday service. There's no Sunday service. Well, not either the A buses. So you have to catch a Newport bus, which is once every 2 hours. We're still not back. Anyway, so the Malcolm Uphill in the morning, then the New Caerphilly Fish Bar for a tray of chips bought on credit card, which I like, and then onto the Brew Monster tap room. Really good beers, and a can of free beer as well to take away with me. It's well worth a visit, and the internet connection via their Wi-Fi really fast. Really fast. Yeah, that's where I'm going tomorrow, to be perfectly honest. And also we learned that Monday the 19th is now a bank holiday, and everything seems to be closing down or shutting. Even Spoons won't be open till 1. I've got a lot of food in. I think I'm going to sit in the garden. No disrespect, but it's just not one of those things. I don't like funerals. The weather forecast is dry. A Trangia, bacon, burgers, and such like. Yeah. Okay. Monday. Aldi. Scotch eggs are missing again. Off to Tesco's. Tesco's had none at all, non-dairy creamer, not their own brand, not Nestle's, not anything. Slowly we're running out of things. Slowly the world is falling apart. Even vegan restaurants are closing. Should have had a delivery from Amazon by 10 o'clock on Monday night. They failed. They failed on the Tuesday. It came on the Wednesday. I am now in passive active mode from that delivery. I'm getting a bit worried about certain things, to be perfectly honest. Tuesday, 15.7. Let's have a look. macOS 12.6. So if you got an iPad, there was an update. If you got tvOS and Apple TV, that was the full update. That was, have I got that there? tvOS 16. I haven't actually used it yet. However, I will. Apparently, initial Matter support. Matter has brought out Release 1, which is an initial let's get something out, but it won't do everything release. Thank you, Tom Merritt, on the Daily Text News Show for that information. And the IoT podcast with Stacey. Tuesday, also, update to Facebook on the Monday. They fixed the sharing issue when sharing from other apps into Facebook. 2 seconds. I've got a runny nose. Which I don't think is the Rona. I'm going to have a discussion about the Rona because I have a feeling. Well, who knows anyway. Yeah, and then Tuesday night, updated everything. So 15.7 on the 2 iPod Touches, 15.7 on all the iPads, 15.7, 16. I'm done my 10S or my 6S. I've got lots of kit. Old iPhones make great cameras with detail, or I can't remember the name of it. It's from Recapitulate. They had an update this week as well. Wednesday was playing around with the lock screen. Initially I took it off because I didn't like it. I went back to the original, which you can do easily, which is a good thing. As I've said, it's on at the moment, and I'm getting to grips with it and hoping for 16.1 and maybe some more additions. We can but hope. Thursday, Mrs. Holly and Mr. Holly met in the Tumble Inn, which was tax-free day. $1.83 a pint as opposed to $1.99. That was appreciated, but it shows how heavily we are taxed in this country. I wish we weren't taxed like that, but you know, we've got to pay for the Rona and we've got to pay for other things. Friday, eventually, Twit.tv came back with their instructions for setting up their Mastodon. I'm now a member of their Mastodon. It doesn't seem to be a lot of high traffic. I am thinking of going ad-free with them, which is $7 a month. And if it was, it'll be at the end of this month. Time will tell. Friday. King Charles III, the Carolinian era. Well, anyway, he came to Cardiff, and he's got something wrong with his fingers. Apparently, Mr. Drakeford says we need a conversation about the Prince of Wales and all that sort of thing. And like the conversation we had about putting police at the bottom of Nantgarrow Hill and stopping you buying frying pans in Tesco's. Oh yeah, and another 36 AMs. We're not going to have a conversation on that. Yeah, there you are, cynical. And of course, as you can see, shave my head to get ready. Already the beers are coming into the Gloucester Brewery for Oktoberfest, and it's not until 2 weeks Friday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to having a quality Pinot. So it's been an interesting week. It's been wall-to-wall the funeral. It's been wall-to-wall the queue. It's been wall-to-wall check. And then of course there's a bank holiday on Monday. That's it for my week. Comments as usual. And bye-bye. Oh, this is done on Beastcam. Definitely bye-bye now.